After decades of silence, one of India's most beloved cars is making a comeback. Yes, the Premier Padmini is back in 2026, reborn for a new generation. For those who grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the name, Padmini, brings nostalgia, the sound of its engine, the elegance of its design, and the pride of owning a car that defined Indian streets. But now, in 2026, the new Premier Padmini isn't just a memory. It's a modern classic, redesigned, re-engineered, and ready to reclaim its place on Indian roads. A glorious past. Before we talk about the new version, let's take a moment to remember the legacy. The original Premier Padmini, first introduced in the 1960s, was India's answer to the Fiat 1100. It became a symbol of class and simplicity. For decades, it served as the family car, the taxi of Mumbai, and even the dream vehicle for many middle-class Indians. The Padmini wasn't about luxury, it was about pride. It represented India's growing confidence in the automotive world. But with the arrival of new cars from Maruti and Hyundai in the 90s, Padmini slowly disappeared from the streets, until now. The rebirth of the Premier brand. In 2026, Premier has officially announced the return of the Padmini, redesigned with a perfect blend of retro charm and futuristic design. This new model marks a new era for the company, which aims to bring back its iconic status by combining classic aesthetics with cutting-edge electric technology. The 2026 Padmini is built under the concept of retro-future mobility, keeping the timeless soul of the old car but infusing it with next-generation features. Design: classic soul, modern body. At first glance, you'll recognize it, the boxy silhouette, the chrome grille, and the signature round headlights. But look closer, and you'll see how much has changed. The new Padmini 2026 retains the classic shape, yet every element is sharper, sleeker, and more premium. The front fascia carries LED retro-style circular headlamps, while the chrome strips give it that vintage charm. The body panels are aerodynamic, sculpted with clean lines, and the stance is more confident than ever. The dual-tone paint finish pays tribute to the 70s models. Pastel blues, ivory whites, and classic maroon shades, but with metallic depth and modern gloss. At the rear, the taillights follow a minimalist horizontal design, complemented by a chrome Premier badge that instantly takes you back in time. Interior: retro luxury reimagined. Step inside the cabin, and nostalgia meets technology. The dashboard design brings back the simplicity of the old Padmini, but with a futuristic twist. You'll find a 12-inch floating touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The steering wheel carries a vintage design but integrates modern controls and a digital cluster display behind it. Soft leather upholstery, brushed aluminum accents, and wooden trims create a premium vintage vibe. The air vents are circular, a small homage to the 80s model, while ambient lighting brings a warm, cozy feeling to the cabin. Every detail, from the gear selector to the seat stitching, has been carefully designed to preserve the soul of the classic Padmini. Powertrain: electric revolution. This is where the biggest change lies. The 2026 Premier Padmini is not powered by petrol or diesel. It's fully electric. Under the hood sits a 55 kWh lithium-ion battery pack that delivers up to 400 kilometers of range on a single charge. Its electric motor produces 150 horsepower and 240 Nm of torque, offering instant acceleration and smooth driving. Premier has confirmed that the car can charge up to 80% in just 35 minutes using fast charging technology. This transformation from a traditional gasoline car to a modern EV shows how Premier has embraced the future while honoring its past. Performance and drive feel. The new Padmini offers 3 driving modes: Eco, City, and Sport, making it suitable for every condition. In Eco mode, it prioritizes range, ideal for daily commuting. In City mode, it balances power and efficiency. And in Sport mode, it delivers the full 150 HP with quick throttle response, perfect for highway driving. The steering is light and responsive, and the suspension has been tuned for Indian roads, offering a smooth and stable ride even on rough terrain. Noise and vibration are minimal, thanks to the electric powertrain and improved sound insulation. Safety and technology. Premier has gone all out in safety for the 2026 model. The car comes equipped with 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, traction control, and hill assist. Additionally, it features 360-degree cameras, lane departure warning, and auto emergency braking, something unheard of in classic Padmini days. The infotainment system uses AI-assisted voice commands, allowing drivers to control navigation, AC, and music simply by speaking. Connectivity and smart features. The 2026 Padmini comes with Premier Connect, an integrated smart system that lets owners monitor their car via smartphone. You can check the battery level, tire pressure, range, and even pre-cool the cabin remotely. There's also over-the-air OTA software updates, meaning your car gets smarter with time, just like your smartphone. Variants and price. Premier plans to launch the Padmini in 3 variants: Classic EV base model, Heritage Edition, mid-variant, Padmini Elite top model. The starting price is expected to be around 10 lakh rupees, with the top variant going up to 14 lakh rupees. This pricing puts it directly in competition with cars like the Tata Nexon EV, MG Comet EV, and Citroën EC3. But what sets the Padmini apart is its emotional value, the heart-touching combination of heritage and innovation. Retro meets future, the emotion of design. For many Indians, Padmini isn't just a car. It's a memory, a father dropping kids to school, a family trip to the hill station, a bride leaving her home in a white Padmini. Premier understands this emotion, and the 2026 model celebrates it. The company has even introduced a classic heritage package, offering optional white-wall tires, vintage chrome mirrors, and even a retro dashboard layout for those who love the original look. It's not just about driving, it's about reliving history. Production and availability. The Premier Padmini 2026 will be manufactured at a modern facility in Pune, Maharashtra, using local suppliers and Indian engineering. Premier aims for 85% localization, supporting the Make in India initiative. Bookings are expected to open by March 2026, with deliveries starting in June 2026. A special limited first edition will be available for early buyers, each with a unique serial number badge and commemorative key fob. Public reaction and buzz. Since the first teaser dropped, the internet has gone wild. Social media is flooded with nostalgic comments, old photos, and excitement about the legendary return. Automotive experts call it India's Mini Cooper moment, a classic icon reimagined for the electric age. Fans who grew up seeing Padminis on the roads are thrilled to see it reborn, while the younger generation is fascinated by its retro-cool appeal. Competitors and market position. The EV market in India is growing fast, and the Padmini enters a competitive field. Its main rivals include the Tata Punch EV, MG Comet EV, and Citroën EC3. But none of these cars have the emotional story or heritage connection that the Padmini holds. Premier's strategy is simple: offer nostalgia wrapped in modern technology at an affordable price. The future of Premier. Premier isn't stopping here. Reports suggest the company is planning an SUV version of the Padmini for 2027, possibly named Padmini Cross. They're also working on partnerships for battery recycling and charging infrastructure, ensuring long-term sustainability. If this relaunch succeeds, Premier could re-emerge as one of India's most loved automakers once again. Why the Padmini matters. In a world of fast cars and futuristic designs, the Premier Padmini reminds us that sometimes the heart matters more than horsepower. It's not about 0 to 100 acceleration or top speed, it's about emotion, connection, and identity. The new Padmini is proof that India can bring back its legends with pride, and give them a new life through innovation. Final thoughts, the return of Indian pride. The 2026 new Premier Padmini isn't just a car, it's a story of revival, a symbol of how India's automotive heritage can evolve with time. From the narrow streets of old Mumbai to the fast highways of modern India, the Padmini has come full circle, from being a humble people's car to a stylish electric icon. With its elegant design, eco-friendly performance, and nostalgic charm, the 2026 Padmini is ready to win hearts once again. So when it hits the roads next year, it won't just turn heads. It will turn back time. Outro. If you love the old Padmini, you're going to adore this one. And if you've never experienced it, get ready to feel a piece of India's golden automotive history. The legend has returned. The 2026 Premier Padmini, where the past meets the future. It finally happened, the most nostalgic moment for Indian car lovers. The 2026 Premier Padmini was officially launched at a grand event in Mumbai, the same city where the original Padmini ruled the roads for decades. The stage was designed to look like the old Mumbai streets, vintage street lamps, black and yellow taxis, and a timeline of Padmini models displayed like pieces of history. And then, as the lights dimmed, the new Padmini appeared from behind a curtain of smoke, silent, elegant, glowing with LED headlights. The crowd erupted in cheers, not just for the car, but for the memories it brought back. The CEO of Premier Automobiles walked onto the stage and said just one line. "We are not bringing back a car. We are bringing back an emotion." That line summed up everything. Design unveiling, retro magic meets modern perfection. At the event, the audience got to see the car up close for the first time. The Padmini Elite variant was shown in a stunning dual-tone blue and white finish, with chrome accents and retro-style mirrors. People were amazed at how the car managed to keep the original DNA while looking completely futuristic. The round LED headlights glowed like eyes full of nostalgia, and the front chrome grille carried the proud Premier badge, shining under the spotlight. The company also showcased a few limited edition colors, mint green, ivory white, and royal burgundy, all inspired by the 1970s models. Interior walkthrough, comfort beyond expectation. As the audience stepped inside, they were greeted by a cabin that blended vintage aesthetics with modern luxury. The steering wheel was wrapped in soft leather with a brushed metal center logo. The digital instrument cluster behind it displayed information in classic fonts, like an old odometer brought into the future. The 12-inch infotainment screen floated gracefully on the dash, surrounded by subtle wooden trim. Even the AC vents and door handles had a nostalgic touch. The seats were plush and supportive, offering both front and rear passengers more legroom than the old model ever did. And the ambient lighting, soft golden tones, reminded everyone of the warmth of home. Launch variants and pricing breakdown. At launch, Premier confirmed 3 trims for the Indian market. Padmini Classic EV base model 9.99 lakh rupees. 40 kWh battery. Range 320 kilometers. Basic touchscreen and safety features. Padmini Heritage Edition mid-variant 11.49 lakh rupees. 50 kWh battery. Range 370 kilometers. Dual-tone paint. Better interior. 6 airbags. Padmini Elite Top Variant 13.99 lakh rupees. 55 kWh battery. Range 420 kilometers. AI voice system. Wireless charging. Premium interiors. For a car with this legacy and technology, everyone agreed, the pricing is shockingly good. First drive, the silence of nostalgia. The media drive took place right after the launch in Mumbai. As the journalists got behind the wheel, they immediately noticed one thing: how quiet the car is. The moment you start it, there's no sound, just a soft chime. Press the accelerator, and the car moves with instant torque, smooth, confident, and effortless. On city roads, the Padmini glides like a whisper, while the suspension absorbs bumps with grace. Even on rough patches, the cabin remains calm, a huge improvement over the older models that used to rattle on uneven roads. The steering feels light at low speeds and firm at higher speeds, giving the driver complete control. The region braking system recharges the battery when slowing down, making it both efficient and eco-friendly. Performance test, speed meets soul. In the performance test, the Padmini Elite surprised everyone. Despite its classic looks, it sprints from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 8.5 seconds, faster than many petrol hatchbacks in its segment. The top speed is 145 km per hour, and thanks to its electric torque, acceleration feels instant. Even when overtaking on highways, the Padmini never struggles. It feels confident, steady, and silent. Test drivers said it perfectly combines retro driving comfort with modern electric excitement. Handling and ride quality. The chassis and suspension have been newly developed with Indian roads in mind. Even at high speeds, the car feels balanced, no wobbling or instability. The low center of gravity, thanks to the floor-mounted battery, helps it stay planted during turns, and the regenerative braking system ensures you always have control while saving battery life. Drivers described it as a classic made new, familiar, yet futuristic. Technology review, smart yet simple. Premier wanted to keep the tech easy to use. So instead of complex menus, they designed a minimal, human-friendly interface. Voice assistant, "Hey Padmini, take me home." Car, "Okay, navigating to home." You can adjust AC, check range, or play music just by talking. The car also has remote app control, letting you lock, unlock, start AC, or check charging status via your smartphone. And here's something special: A retro mode. When activated, the screen shows an old-style analog speedometer with classic needle movement and vintage sound effects. It's pure nostalgia. Charging and battery life. Charging the new Padmini is convenient and flexible. You can plug it into a home charger, takes about 6 hours for full charge, or use a fast charger 80% in just 35 minutes. Premier has partnered with multiple EV networks like Tata Power and Charge Zone to ensure charging availability across cities. They're also introducing Premier charging stations with solar panels, a step towards green energy. The battery warranty is 8 years or 60,000 kilometers, a strong promise for long-term users. Comparison: Premier Padmini versus Tata Nexon EV and MG Comet. Now let's compare the Padmini with its top rivals in 2026. Feature: Premier Padmini, Tata Nexon EV, MG Comet EV. Range: 400 to 420 km, 465 kilometers, 230 kilometers. Power: 150 HP, 143 HP, 41 HP. Price: Rupee 10 to 14 lakh, Rupee 15 to 17 lakh, 9 rupees minus 11 lakh. Nostalgia factor: so while Nexon has slightly more range, Padmini wins with its style, price, and emotional appeal. And compared to MG Comet, it offers far better space, performance, and real family comfort. Customer reactions: emotions overflow. Social media exploded with reactions after the first drives. "It's not just a car, it's my childhood coming back to life. My dad had a Padmini. I'm booking this one for him." Premier has done what no company dared, brought the past into the future. Thousands of pre-bookings were made within the first 72 hours. Dealers across major cities reported an emotional mix of nostalgia and excitement among customers. Some people even turned up at showrooms with old Padmini keys, saying they're ready to upgrade to the new one. Marketing campaign: Drive Your Memories. Premier launched a heart-touching campaign titled Drive Your Memories. The ad features a young man restoring his father's old Padmini, then seeing the new one for the first time. As he drives it, he hears his father's voice, a perfect blend of emotion and pride. The tagline says it all: the legend never left. It was waiting to return. Within days, the ad went viral, crossing millions of views online. Environmental commitment: India's green icon. Premier has committed to producing all Padmini models with eco-friendly manufacturing practices. Their new Pune plant runs partially on solar power and uses recycled materials in interior panels. The car's parts are 90% recyclable, and the company plans to introduce battery recycling programs to reduce waste. This makes the Padmini not only a nostalgic icon but also a symbol of sustainable Indian innovation. Future plans: expanding the family. Premier has announced plans to launch 2 more models in the coming years. Padmini Cross 2027, a compact electric SUV inspired by the Padmini's design. Padmini Cabrio 2028, a limited edition convertible for collectors. Both models will carry the same DNA. Heritage meets technology. The company is also in talks to export the new Padmini to countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal, and the UAE, where Indian nostalgia remains strong. Awards and recognition. Within months of its launch, the 2026 Padmini started receiving awards. Best Design Revival of the Year, Auto Expo India 2026. EV of the Year under 15 lakh rupees. Car and Bike Awards. People's Choice Icon. NDTV. Auto critics and customers alike agree. The Padmini isn't just a comeback, it's a rebirth done right. The emotional factor. Ask any Indian over 40, and they'll tell you, the Padmini wasn't just a car. It was part of the family. It took kids to school, newlyweds to their honeymoon, and families on road trips that created lifelong memories. The new model revives those feelings while giving today's generation a car that's clean, quiet, and futuristic. It's a rare mix of heart and technology, something that connects people across generations. Final verdict: a legend perfectly reborn. The 2026 new Premier Padmini isn't trying to compete with luxury brands. It's here to remind India of its identity, to tell the world that Indian classics can be modern, stylish, and eco-friendly. With its emotional design, smart features, and accessible price, it stands as a love letter to India's automotive past. Every curve, every detail, every silent start whispers one thing: the legend is alive. Outro. So, what do you think about the 2026 new Premier Padmini? Would you buy this modern classic? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on India's most iconic car comeback stories. Because legends like this deserve to be celebrated. The 2026 Premier Padmini, the return of Indian pride. After a long wait, one of India's most loved cars is finally back. The new 2026 Premier Padmini has returned, bringing with it the charm, pride, and emotion that once ruled Indian roads. For decades, the name Padmini was part of every Indian family's memory. It was more than a car, it was a symbol of love, simplicity, and reliability. And now, it's been reborn for a new generation. The old Padmini was known for its elegant shape, smooth ride, and classic design. It is a common sight in cities like Mumbai, where it became a cultural icon. But after the 1990s, it slowly disappeared as new brands took over the market. Still, the name never died, it lived in people's hearts. And now, in 2026, Premier has brought it back to life. The new Premier Padmini has been completely redesigned but keeps its old soul. The company calls it retro future mobility. The car looks fresh, clean, and modern, but one glance and you'll know it's a Padmini. The front grille is chrome, the body lines are smooth, and the classic round headlights are back, this time with LED technology. It's elegant and timeless at the same time. Inside the car, everything feels new but familiar. The dashboard is simple, inspired by the old model, but equipped with all modern technology. There's a 12-inch touchscreen, a digital cluster, and premium leather seats. The cabin is quiet, soft, and full of small retro touches like wooden panels and circular AC vents. It feels like sitting inside a memory, but with all the comfort of the future. The biggest change is under the hood. The new Padmini is fully electric. It runs on a 55 kWh battery that gives a range of around 400 kilometers. It produces 150 horsepower and 240 Nm of torque. It can charge up to 80% in just 35 minutes with a fast charger. This car isn't just about nostalgia, it's about progress. The driving experience is smooth and silent. It offers 3 driving modes: Eco, City, and Sport. In Eco mode, it saves energy, in City mode, it balances comfort and power, and in Sport mode, it feels lively and strong. The suspension is tuned for Indian roads, so even on rough paths, the ride stays comfortable. The steering is light, and braking is quick and confident. The car also comes with all modern safety features: 6 airbags, ABS, EBD, traction control, and even lane assist. There's a 360-degree camera and automatic emergency braking. Premier has really brought this car into the modern era while keeping its original charm alive. It will be available in 3 variants: Classic EV, Heritage Edition, and Elite. Prices start around 10 lakh rupees and go up to 14 lakh for the top model. It will compete with the Tata Nexon EV, MG Comet, and Citroën EC3. But unlike those cars, the Padmini has a deep connection to Indian history. That's its biggest strength. The company will produce it in Pune under the Make in India program. Bookings are expected to start in March 2026, and deliveries from June. The excitement is already building up. People who once owned the old Padmini are eager to bring its new version home. The 2026 Premier Padmini isn't just a car. It's a part of India's identity reborn. It combines the emotion of the past with the innovation of the future. It's a reminder that legends never really die, they just evolve. The return of Padmini shows that heritage and technology can move together beautifully. The legend has come back to life. The new Premier Padmini, classic, electric, and timeless. 2026 New Premier Padmini, Part 2. The day of the official launch finally arrived in Mumbai. It was a grand event filled with emotion, nostalgia, and excitement. The stage looked like old Mumbai streets, vintage lamps, black and yellow taxis, and memories of the 1970s. Then, out of the smoke, the new Padmini appeared, silent, shining, and elegant. The crowd clapped, cheered, and some even had tears in their eyes. It was more than a launch, it was a homecoming. The CEO of Premier said, "We are not just bringing back a car, we are bringing back an emotion." That one line touched everyone in the hall. The car shown at the event was the top elite variant, in a stunning blue and white dual-tone finish. The round LED headlights, the chrome lines, the Premier badge, it looked like history reborn. People couldn't believe how perfectly it blended the old with the new. The company also revealed special colors like mint green and ivory white, shades inspired by the 70s era. Inside the car, everyone was impressed by the comfort and details. The leather steering, wooden trim, and digital screen all balanced each other beautifully. The seats were soft and supportive, and the ambient lighting created a warm feeling. It was the perfect mix of simplicity and class. Premier announced 3 models. The classic EV with a 40 kWh battery and 320 km range, priced at around 9.99 lakh. The Heritage Edition with a 50 kWh battery and 370 km range, around 11.49 lakh. And the top elite variant with 55 kWh and 420 km range, priced near 13.99 lakh. People were surprised. It was affordable, nostalgic, and high-tech. After the event, test drives began. The new Padmini started silently, no vibration, no sound, just smooth motion. On city roads, it felt light and peaceful. On highways, it had quick acceleration and solid stability. Journalists said it felt like the old Padmini's heart inside a futuristic body. The ride was comfortable, the steering accurate, and the brakes strong. Performance tests showed that it can go from 0 to 100 km per hour in 8.5 seconds. That's faster than many hatchbacks in its price range. The top speed is 145 km per hour, and it maintains perfect control even at high speed. The car feels planted and confident, thanks to its low center of gravity and strong suspension tuning. The technology inside is easy and friendly. You can talk to the car and say, "Hey Padmini, take me home," and it will navigate automatically. You can control AC, lights, and music with voice. There's also a special, retro mode, that changes the display into an old-style speedometer with classic sound effects. It's a small detail, but it brings a smile every time. Charging is simple too. At home, it takes around 6 hours for a full charge. With a fast charger, you can get 80% in just half an hour. The battery has an 8-year warranty, so there's no worry about durability. Premier is also building new charging stations powered by solar energy. They want this car to be part of India's green future. When compared to Tata Nexon EV and MG Comet, the new Padmini offers the best balance of style, power, and price. It may not have the longest range, but it wins hearts with its looks and emotion. In online polls, people rated it the most loved EV of 2026. Reactions have been overwhelming. Social media is full of old family photos with the original Padmini. People are sharing stories of their first rides, first road trips, and childhood memories. Many say they'll buy the new one just to relive those moments. Within 72 hours, thousands of bookings were made. The company's new campaign, "Drive Your Memories," became viral. The ad shows a young man finding his father's old Padmini, then driving the new one while hearing his father's voice. It's emotional, simple, and powerful. It reminds people that memories don't fade, they drive with you. Premier has also promised to keep the car eco-friendly. The factory in Pune uses solar power and recycled materials. The Padmini is 90% recyclable, making it one of the most sustainable EVs in its class. It's a blend of emotion, innovation, and responsibility. The future looks bright for Premier. They've announced 2 more models, the Padmini Cross, a compact SUV coming in 2027, and a convertible called Padmini Cabrio in 2028. Both will carry the same classic DNA. The company also plans to export the car to Sri Lanka, Nepal, and the UAE. The Padmini has already started winning awards: Design Revival of the Year, EV of the Year under 15 lakh, and People's Choice Icon. Critics and customers both agree, this comeback is something special. In the end, the 2026 Premier Padmini stands for more than just transportation. It's a piece of Indian history reborn in electric form. It connects generations, those who remember it, and those who will grow up seeing it again. It proves that you can move forward without forgetting where you came from. The legend has returned. The car that once ruled the Indian roads is ready to rule again. The 2026 Premier Padmini, classic in soul, electric in heart, and timeless in spirit.